Hey, this is MiracleMax. Welcome to Rise of Kingdoms. And hey, we're back here in the Lost Kingdom Take 2. And I want to go over with you some changes you might notice as you're going through it and show you who I'll be covering. But before I do that, there's something that just popped up in Kingdoms 1 through 8 that I'm excited about. Not so much on this account because this account is not a maxed City Hall 25 yet. But for those of you who've been sitting at City Hall Max 25 for a long time, we know that about 2 months ago, Lilith hinted that there would be an event coming up where we would be able to turn our building speedups into training speedups. And guys, today when I logged on, I saw this new item called War and Peace. And I thought, well, I've never seen a War and Peace before. What is this? Well, what this is where you do your exchange, and it's a straight up exchange for every different level of speed up you have. You can turn in a total of 200 speed ups. Now, I want to do a big troop push right now, not a building push, as I am stuck on my castle. That's where most of us get stuck for a long time, trying to get those Book of Covenants so we can upgrade our castle. So I went ahead and exchanged them all. So for every level you have, you can exchange 200 of your cards, 203 hour, 208 hour, 224 hour, and so on. And do a full exchange of up to 200. Now, I'm a little disappointed that there's a limit, but hey, anything is better than sitting on these unusable cards, these unusable speed ups. So to be able to exchange them, to know that in seeing this event show up in this kingdom, it means that pretty soon in the other kingdoms it's going to be showing up. So again, pretty straightforward. It's 200 of each. You have to be City Hall 25 to be able to do it, and hit the button. That is all there is to it. So again, I'm excited about it, and I know that there are a lot of players out there that are going to be hitting those buttons right away and wishing that it was more than 200, but something is better than nothing, and nothing is where we were sitting. All right, so we are now in the Lost Kingdom, and if we go out on the map, hey, we've been here before, we know what it looks like, but some things you're going to notice right away that are different is about maybe 15 days left in the last Lost Kingdom, we noticed that our kingdom, other alliances in our kingdom, their buildings turned to gold as opposed to being red as all the other kingdoms represented. Well, something they changed in addition for this Lost Kingdom is now when you see troops out on the map that aren't from your alliance but are still in your kingdom, let's see if we can find somebody who's out. You're going to notice that those troops are also gold now. So in those close, massive fights that you see on the field, instead of them appearing in red as enemies, they're now going to be in this gold color. So you'll be able to tell who's an enemy and who's a friend, or at least in your same kingdom, just by looking at the troops. You don't have to see their name to know. So hopefully there'll be less friendly kills, less accidental kills on the map. The next thing you're going to notice, and they let us know that the timetable for this Lost Kingdom would be a lot quicker. So we're only a little over a day in, and we have less than 48 days left. So the last Lost Kingdom lasted 58 days. This time is 48. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means things are happening at a much quicker pace. In fact, within, I think, 12 hours of the kingdom's opening, the Crusader camps opened up, and everybody went and hit these right away and took control of them. And it also means that the Crusader fortress in the corner is going to open up, and the timeline on all the chronicles is going to speed up. That's great for some of them. I will admit that there were some times in the Lost Kingdom where we were just bored waiting for something to happen. So it'll be good for most things. The things that it's going to cause a problem on are going to be the destroying a certain amount of forts within a time period, or destroying, like this one here, 100,000 barbarians during that time period. Those are going to be a little harder to get done. especially as we go up in fort level, as these higher level forts are harder and harder to come by. But overall, I think the speed up is going to be a good thing for the game. And especially this early section, we're all crammed in these corners of the map. Every kingdom is shoved in one little tiny section, and we're all itching to get out there and start battling. Our mightiest governor is going to hit kill day with us all sitting in this corner, and we're going to try really hard not to kill each other because we want to save those kills for later on the map. So that being said, all right, we know that that's happening. Now, one other thing for you to notice, and I noticed this, if we go look at the Crusader camp, there's a new button now available on all these buildings. And the button is next to the unopened sign. It's the little gold emblem, and it says leader. This target is one of the strongest. Now here's what's key, because this is new. It is immune to debuffs, such as silence, rage, etc. So in the previous run through on this map, this wasn't true. And commanders like Herman or even Sarka were used for their abilities to debuff items. So if we look at, let me see if I can find Herman. So Herman has a skill where he actually silences a target for 2 seconds, and everyone was bringing Herman to silence this target. That no longer has any play. It does not work. And any of these special skills, I'm trying to see. We'll go down to Sarka, because Sarka, it's funny to me that we use Sarka. I think it's this one here. Sorry, it's hard to remember which one of her skills. The reducing target mark speed won't affect. But we'll just stick with Herman then. So using Herman now is not helpful. Herman will not help you on these structures. So this is going to be 100% strength. We're not going to be able to deaden any of these troops. And that button does appear on all of the structures. It was on the Crusader camps. So make sure you click that. Make sure you know if the debuffs have any power or not. It will make a big difference in the troops that you send to lead rallies, and even the troops that you send in those swarm attacks. All right, let me see what I'm getting a reward for. Collecting food. Yay for me. So that being said, as we get ready to take this map, and we know the Crusader Fortress is next, and then we rebuild that, and then after that the passes will open, and then all hell breaks loose. And why is that? Well, this Lost Kingdom, you aren't just set against the 8 kingdoms that were on your continent. This time it is a match by power. So Kingdom 2, that's the account I'm on right now, last time destroyed the map. And I walked you guys through that. And this time, though, Kingdom 2 is matched up with 8 kingdoms that are of the nearest power possible to it. So if we start to look at the honor roll in the kingdoms, right now Kingdom 2, which crushed everybody, is in 3rd place. Now, we are 1 day and 8 hours in. This is just beginning. We have 125-ish, 26, 27,000 points that are separating, which is nothing. But we'll see these gaps spread, and we'll see what happens. But this is going to be a battle this time. This isn't a walkover, and it shouldn't be a walkover in any of the kingdom maps. So we are actually going to see what happens when skill is matched. So who am I going to be covering? Well, like I said, I'm in Kingdom 2. So Kingdom 2 is matched against Kingdom 46, 179, 71, 137, 67, 42, and 112. So if you're in one of those kingdoms, be ready. You're going to see some action of what's happening with you and your kingdom in this video. Now, where else am I? We're going to go ahead and switch accounts. The other kingdom I'm going to be covering on a very regular basis is where my main account is, and that is in Kingdom 201. and we are in for it. We're going to have a very, very tough time on this map, but that makes it more fun. I mean, it is a war game again. We came to play war. I'm not even sure what position we're in now, but like I said, one day and 8 hours in, it's really hard to tell where anyone's going to land. Once we start crossing over on the map, we'll have a much better idea. If we look at honor rule right now for kingdoms, we're in position 5. We are facing kingdom 210, 228, 220, 227. That must be funny for 227 and 228 to be together. They just finished one against each other. So we are 201, then we have 243, 78, and 21. So already we're starting to see a spread. We have one kingdom that's jumping far ahead. If you're in the kingdom of Julian, 210, right now you have a pretty big lead on the rest of us. So we're going to chase you down. And we're going to do our best to do that, obviously. Whereas our alliance sitting right now, our alliance is sitting in 13th place. Really good kingdom as far as everyone getting along and the alliances working together since I've been here. It's been pretty amazing. So shout out to 201. You guys are doing awesome. I will say whenever I do videos, this guy right here, where'd you go, Nilder? I gotta find Nilder because Nilder thinks he should appear in all my videos and I don't want to disappoint him. Oh, Cookie Thief. Cookie Thief is awesome. Hey, this is one of the best players on the map. If you need someone to come scout, if you're on this map, scout Cookie Thief. 171, 1072, and for sure scout Nilder if I can find him. Come on, Nilder. You know, I was right next to him, and I think he moved away, which just drives me nuts. Let me see if I can figure out where he is on the map. We'll ask. We'll ask in the, where's Nilder on the map? We'll see if I can find him so you guys can give him a scout too. So we love Nilder. You know, he is a very serious player. Got lots of very serious players here. He's probably sitting right next to me and I missed him somehow. Sorry, Nilder. Here's my favorite vet in the world. Madcap, shout out to you, Madcap. So again, you know, we're all pretty much in the same place. Again, I'm in the same corner on this map, and we are building towards the Crusader Fortress and building towards a pass so that we are ready on both ends. A couple more things I want to discuss, though, before we go out in the map. We have these ancient ruins and dark ruins, which took up a lot of time in gameplay last time. And the reason for it is the ancient ruins, once this opens, you come here and you are here for an hour. Every 15 hours this opens and you're here for an hour. The way it was set before, you got 3 individual honor points per army that you sent. Well, they've changed it now where you can only earn points for one army, and that one army earns 15 points. So you get the same amount of points per time period that you're here. You just only need to send one army, which is awesome. It means you can have 4 other armies out doing something else. Oh, there he is. There's Nilder, YouTube. I don't want to rally him. All right, so there's Nilder's coordinates. If you wanna visit Nilder and give him a good scout, you know he's always game for it. 62, 11, 29. Say hi to Nilder for me. But again, back to these ancient ruins. So for the ancient ruins, you know, the stalkers that we face are pretty easy to beat, and sending one army won't be a big deal. It actually frees up 4 armies to do something else while you're traveling to the ancient ruins, while you're fighting there. Works out great. The one that's interesting to me is the dark altars, and let's find those. Those are one more zone in, and here's one. Now, the dark Altar of Darkness, excuse me, worked the same way. It was send 5 armies for 10 points a minute per army, and now you can send 1 army and get 50 points. Now, the problem that I see here, and I'm interested to see how it plays out, is that the stalkers on this map were really difficult to kill, and a lot of people lost armies on this map. So I'm curious to see how teams are going to work together to kill those stalkers and not die by only sending 1 army. Now, the case may be where you send 5 armies anyway, just to defeat stalkers so you don't die, and only one of them is earning points. Not sure yet, but I am curious to see how that goes. All right, well, we have a lot to look forward to here. If you were not tired of killing barbs after the first Lost Kingdom, you are going to be exhausted after this one. And if we scroll around the map, it looks like everybody's doing pretty much the same thing we are. Build to the Crusader Fortress and build out to the passes. I've noticed that in some kingdoms they're only allowing 4 or 5 alliances to come in at the beginning, just because of space, and other kingdoms are allowing an unlimited. I understand the gameplay in both. It would be really tough, however, to be sitting back at home knowing the Lost Kingdom was going on and not being able to participate in it. That would be a really, really hard thing to do. This alliance, really interesting. They built their alliance fortresses right next to the Crusader fortress and then are going out from there. A little different than what I've seen everywhere else. But everybody, again, everybody's killing barbs, everybody's gathering and preparing for the Crusader Fortress. So I hope you are enjoying your time on the map and are excited. Oh, one more thing to talk about is, we are all waiting for commanders like Edward to show up. And even while we're waiting for those commanders, the game has let us know there's another commander coming. And if you haven't noticed that yet, go to your Lost Kingdom map and go to Crusader Achievements for your alliance. And if you scroll down for that alliance that does the most amazing thing and captures that great ziggurat at the end, there we have a new commander, Wu Zetian. New commander. Last time it was Charlemagne, and now we have someone new. Don't know anything about this commander yet. Haven't seen anything. I'm going to have to jump on their Facebook, Lilith's Facebook, and see if I can find out something. But just so you know, this guy is hanging out here waiting for us. All right, that's all the time I have. Thanks so much. Again, get excited to turn your building speedups into training speedups and start killing barbarians. Rack up as many individual honor points as you can, because one more change that happened is in Crusader achievements. You can no longer get the kingdom rewards without getting individual honor points. So now individual honor points are tied to everything. There is no free ride left in this game. You cannot just be on the map and expect to get some stuff. So everything requires, including the big ones, even the big ones require you getting alliance points. So start gathering and start killing barbarians. All right, thanks so much. You will be seeing videos on the regular coming from the Lost Kingdom, and I'll keep you updated on how these kingdom maps are looking. Thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.